Daniel Lewis Crumpton, of course, if he comes on tonight, it would be rather hard to top the omelet incident, how to dispose of a body, Governor Deal, or the Ron Paul assassination appearances.
I'm not sure which is the funniest out of all of them. I got to tell you.
I nearly passed an egg roll when he talked about, when he talked about Ron Paul being assassinated to that caller.
We'll see how retarded I am. I believed him for a second because he was so serious. I'm like, wait a minute, is he serious?
Deadpan serious, too. Deadpan serious.
The drunk bowling story brings me to tonight's funny, if you're ready.
Oh, no.
I just was going to
I heard last week's, Daniel.
Right, and with about 26 minutes left, I am so much anticipating this.
When we record that interview, Daniel, bring one to the table, please. I'll need a good laugh.
And I'm going to apologize to you on air, Dylan. I'm sorry our ships have crossed on the night the past couple of days, but I'll make it up to you.
Oh, that's so romantic, Dan.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, my God, you're so sweet. Oh, there goes my YouTube.
All right. Ready?
Yep.
Okay, this is something I wrote a couple of years ago. During that time in my life, that special time. It's called Flirting.
Wait. Before you do this, Daniel, please let me say to the listener that if there is any indication of violence or any sort of other offense to another human being contained in Daniel's following speech, please do not take it as some sort of realistic accounting of an event. This may very well be fiction, or at least in part fiction. So
it may be completely true.
And the guilty have certainly been changed.
I'll tell you what. I'll read it, and then at the end of it, you guys can say fact or fiction, and then we'll discuss. Okay?
Oh, God. Now I'm afraid.
I am too.
Hey, this little piece is called Flirting with Chaos. Flirting with chaos is something we all do from time to time. What is it exactly? Well, flirting with chaos just so happens to be those moments in life when you stand a little too close to the fire pit and smell your eyebrows singe, or when you lean in just a little too close to the train as it whizzes past and clips off some skin from the tip of your nose. It's those times in your life where you throw your hands up in the air and decide you're just not going to decide for a while. May the chips fall where so they may. You've been there, and I've been there, and everyone you and your uncle knows has been there. It's funny to hear backbiters slander others who are flirting with chaos at a certain moment in their life, because they know full well they probably have a few illegitimate youngins with that slut themselves. Whenever you flirt with chaos, it's typically when you fail to realize you've been at this point in your life before, and the mistakes of your past keep slapping you in the face again. Only this time with trendier clothes and eye thingies. It's this phase we go into when we allow our ship to go off course, to lose sight of our star, and sail into troubled waters. We just let go and act on whims, doing the darndest things and saying the most asinine words in the most profound ways. We ruin relationships with people we love and form new bonds with people we weren't in relationships with before. We burn bridges while building a stronger and new ones at the same time. And though while in the midst of this evolution in life it feels as if a whirlwind is tearing through the Smallville of your mind, I assure you all the pieces of the puzzle will form a picture when you figure out where the last piece goes. So don't panic. Everything truly is going to be okay. Let me elaborate with a parable if you don't mind. Flirting with chaos is like flirting at a bar. Don't do it. I know. You think I'm trying to ruin all your fun, but you're going to have to listen to me for a few minutes and really let what I'm saying sink in. So let's say you and some buddies just got back from a really exciting rally or attended a kick-ass activist event, right? You're pumped, you're feeling good, you want to celebrate. Someone mentions heading out to a club or a bar, and you say to yourself, why the heck not? Now, in that time, that in and of itself is innocent enough, and so far so good. However, when you guys get there, a strange transition starts to take place from feeling good and pumped to feeling more like the Twilight Zone. There are flashing lights, unbearably loud music, and this one pot-bellied chick in the back pouring salt in her can of Natty Light that scares the crap out of your irises so bad you hear them scream. Oh, and of course, she has a lit and half-broken Pall Mall hanging from her bottom lip, hanging on for dear life to the 2 or 3 coats of lipstick on Chickadoo Smackers. Other than her, the place is pretty, what do the kids say, thumping? Pretty sure it's thumping. Well, if it's not, you know what I mean. So let's just go with thumping at the risk of dating ourselves. All right, so the place is thumping, and you have a Jack and Coke in your hand and trying desperately to sip it as you bob your head to a techno remix of Adele's Rolling in the Deep. Yeah, you're that drunk. Adele's Rolling in the frickin' Deep. Anyway, you're doing your vulture thing, slowly craning your neck from one side of the bar to the other, and then pow, we spot you some vittles. She's doing that strange twerk thing to Garth Brooks' I Got Friends in Low Places, and you were of the opinion that she's pretty much matching the beat. Seemed like a good thing at the time anyway. So you nudge your buddies and give them a wink as if to say, watch this, hardy har har. Then it's your best wobbly swagger over to Little Miss Can't Do Wrong. You tap her on the shoulder like Prometheus tapping the clay of mankind alive. She turns, and instantly there's a sparkle in the eye and a curl of the mouth, and things are off to a head start. You have to lean in close to her to say anything because the music is so loud, which is a plus because you have no choice but to come inside her territorial bubble so you can at least make your sales pitch. I mean, come on, fair is fair, right? You wind up, you make the pitch, and it's typically some prose from a poem you scribbled earlier in the day or a line from Shakespeare or something sappy like that. You feel a connection. Seems to be going well, and recording has ceased. This is the part where you finally stop the slapping hands of past mistakes from perpetually flattening your nose. And why? Because you wake up in a cold sweat, because you know something happened the night before, but the VHS is still stuck in the VCR slot, and you don't know what kind of movie you rented. Was it a comedy? Was it a horror? Maybe a dramedy even. The memories were trapped in there somewhere. You could feel those little suckers, but your hangover is preventing the puzzle pieces to simply fall into place. What happened? Did I hit it off with Miss Sparkly Eyes, or did I crash and burn? Oh, crap. What if I crashed and burned in front of all my wingmen? What are they going to think of me? What kind of snickers am I going to get the next time we hang out? What kind of rumors are going to be whispered on back channels? Did I get a tattoo? Please, God, tell me I didn't get a tattoo. I never want to get one of those things, unless it's the Star Trek Delta shield over my right heart. That'd be pretty pimp tight. If I had that tattoo, I'd always be tapping it and rapping with the Enterprise. And if I swear, if I did get a tattoo, I'm going to shoot myself, unless it's the Star Trek Delta shield. Then, oh well, I'll get over it. Wait a minute. What if I didn't crash and burn? Maybe I actually pulled it off and got a phone number or something better. Better check my pockets. What the hell? Why is there a gummy worm in there? Oh well, no bother. Wait, what if she came home with me? What if, oh no, what if I'm going to have some psycho chick in my shower when I go in there? What if she's one of those clingy, whiny types? What if, man, so I so cannot afford a litter of chaotic kids running around right now. The possibilities are endless when trying to determine how flirting with chaos will turn out for you. You just never know, do you? The cold sweat of endless outcomes, both good and bad, pushes through your pores like bowling balls. It's like you woke up from a nightmare, but for the life of you, you can't remember what it was about. This is what flirting with chaos will do to you. Shatter your mind into 1,000 pieces that will fall to the floor. At this point, you are left with two choices. Do you proceed to walk over them and let your feet bleed out? Or do you carefully pick up the pieces and do something useful with them, like glue them onto a pretty vase or something artsy like that? You know you want that shiny vase, so grab your dustpan, kiddo. Thank goodness one of your wingmen gives you a wake-up call to make sure you didn't end up sleeping in the bathtub with a half-eaten burrito, and you ask him to fill you in on the gaps of what happened the night before to ease your worried mind. As it turned out, just after they deduced that A, you were heading into a world of making oneself look like a douchebag, and B, thank God there are blue lights in this bar, your wingman noticed the tan line discoloration on her ring finger. Well, what do you know? Taints no ring on it. This is flirting with Miss Chaos. Just before you get caught up in a web of problems you don't need, your wingman grabs you by the shoulder and pulls you back from the imminent demise. Bar's closing, bro. They're about to shut us out. We got a ride. Thus, you were saved from the possibility of having to shake off baby mama drama by the watchful eye of a faithful friend. Put that on a fortune cookie. So, if you are in that phase of your life where all the chaos around us has made you apathetic and seemingly without hope, shake it off. If you're in that cycle of life where you aren't doing as much as you know you're capable of, where you feel like making it through each day is like walking through a swamp and you just don't want to do it anymore, if you stop caring if your life had meaning anymore and have given into that notion that there is no happiness left, then you are most certainly flirting with chaos. And like I said in the beginning, don't do it. You're better off going out beneath the great Dooku tree and placing some stones before it to start your next Zen garden and laying on it to watch the stars enshrine us. Meditate a little, listen to some tunes, and get your head together. Who wants to pick Miss Chaos up at a bar when Lady Liberty could just be down the street at the drugstore you will shortly be attending to get something for that headache? You never know. You two might hit it off pretty good. I know it's tough times out there, but we can't let it water down our passion and thirst for life because, hey, tough times are a part of life, and getting wounded goes along with it. But life is still life. Life will go on. And next time you go to a bar, order a mineral water, or you just might wake up with you and your ex-girlfriend's dog kidnapped and sleeping beside you. Jose Cuervo can make you do some crazy stuff, man. Thank you.
That reminds me of a story I was told once about hogging.
Hogging.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Yeah. Does
I'm
anybody know
scared.
what that is?
Yes, and I'm scared.
I believe at this point I will assert my Fifth Amendment right to...
Apparently, it's when a bunch of guys go to a bar and they have a contest to see who can pick up the fattest, ugliest chick there, and they take them home. Hence, hogging. Who snorted? That was Daniel. Oh, that's some bad shit right there. Yikes.
Have you ever heard of rodeo? You ever heard of rodeo sex?
Rodeo sex.
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Don't believe I've had that.
Go ahead.
Oh no.
It's when
I'm taking my second
Wait,
swig
wait,
of whiskey, so go ahead.
It's when you're making love to your lady and you call out somebody else's name and try to hold on for 8 seconds.
Yeah.